Confidence is built by action, not applause. Make yourself more visible because it's not the most hardworking people that win in life, it's the most visible. The people looking for you can't find you if you're busy being someone else. Representation is not just about ticking boxes, it's about opening doors for people. Sometimes you have to see it to believe it, but what if you believe it and then you see it, right? Hi everyone, welcome to the Reclaiming Bossy podcast. My name is Mahika, and today I have such an exciting announcement for you. We have launched the Bossy Brown magazine. Now, I created this magazine for all the girls who grew up going to the shops and getting magazines and flicking through and loving them, but maybe not seeing representation of themselves, or they loved them, but it wasn't really the stories that they wanted to see. And it was not really empowering because there wasn't just stuff about women in business and ways that you could be super happy and successful and a girl boss, but it was about weight loss and celebrity gossip and dating and all this kind of stuff, but in maybe not the most empowering, inspiring way. I want all the girlies who grew up loving magazines, loving creativity, loving Pinterest, loving collages to go and enjoy this magazine because it is a love letter to every young girl who grew up wanting to be an icon and who is working on being that person that she wanted to be when she was a young girl. I created it because I grew up not seeing myself represented in magazines, in the media. I grew up in a super white area as one of the only brown girls, and I used to love collecting all the magazines, but there would only sometimes be one brown girl, and she would be kind of this like exotic model, Bollywood celebrity with like super fair skin and skinny eyebrows and whatever, and that was never me. And I never saw brown women in business, in the creative industry, doing the kind of things that I wanted to do. And so I decided, when I was creating the South Asian Heritage Month, the Brown and Bossy season of this podcast, that we should create a Brown and Bossy magazine. Now, I didn't know how to do this. I have never been like an editor. I'm not a designer. I don't really know anything about print, but I thought, what an adventure. And I love following my random desires and side quests. And so I created a post saying, where are all the bossy and brown women at? And that post got so much lovely traction and comments and messages. And I realized I can't interview all these women. So let's create a different format that's more fun for them. And a lot of them are visual artists and photographers and whatever, like how can we include them? And I came up with the idea for the magazine. The next day I set up a landing page. The next day I announced it. And 1 month later, we are launching this magazine. I want to tell you the story because I feel like one of the biggest forms of self-love that you can give yourself is giving momentum to your ideas. Sometimes we have this brilliant idea, but then we get in our head and we're perfectionistic of how can I make it perfect? I need to wait until I know everything that I need to know and whatever. But literally just take the first step and it will become clear. You are so much more confident the more that you take action on your ideas, the more you honor them. Not every idea is going to be your award-winning, money-making ticket to the life that you want idea. But the more you exercise your agency and the more you use your ideas, the more your ideas will trust you. And the more you'll get better ideas, the more you'll get clarity around your ideas. Now, if you have shiny object syndrome and you have 20 million different ideas every single day, that doesn't mean you need to action all of them. Something that I'm a big advocate for is creating an ideas garden where basically you have a space. For me, this is Notion. It can be a notebook for you. It can be a physical folder. It can be a board where you like collage things. It could be a hard drive. Whenever you have inspiration, whenever you have an idea that you want to action, you put it in the ideas garden. And then you set a time every few months to go and look at it, or whenever you feel stuck or bored or dull or uninspired, go and look at it. And you'll see all the seeds that you've planted. Maybe with time, you'll know more people and you'll have more ideas. 2 years ago, I had the idea of creating a magazine, but I didn't know any designers. I didn't know how I was going to make it work. I didn't know what to call it. It just didn't feel right, like the right time. And so I planted that idea in my mental ideas garden. And when I was thinking of different ways to showcase amazing brown women doing amazing things, I was like, why don't we make a magazine? Now I know designers. Now I know photographers. Now I know this person and these contributors. And now I can make it happen. And now I understand how I can structure it as a business because 2 years later, I run an agency. I understand how to create a business model. I understand how to use Stripe. I understand how to set up a landing page. And so, first of all, the first thing I want you to take away from this video is the biggest form of self-love is giving momentum, traction, and time and space to your ideas. You don't have to do it immediately, but create an idea garden. It can be whatever you want, wherever you want. And if you're feeling brave enough, comment some of your ideas down below. Maybe you'll find a collaborator in the comments. Maybe you'll find a supporter, a co-founder, an investor, a supporter, a model, a photographer, whatever you're looking for. The second thing is around, if you don't feel like there's space for you at a table, go and create the table. Like I said, I didn't grow up feeling like I was represented in the spaces that I wanted to see myself in, which meant that I didn't know if it was possible for me to be in business or do this or do this or do whatever or be in creative industry. Representation is not just about ticking boxes, it's about opening doors for people. I'm super passionate about this, and I'm now an ambassador for a girls' charity which goes into schools and it talks to young girls about what's possible for them and role modeling and all this kind of stuff. Because sometimes you have to see it to believe it, but what if you believe it and then you see it, right? And if you don't see a space created for you, go and be the person that makes the space, because there are people waiting for you. They've got their chair ready. They're ready to come and join you, and they can't find you if you don't create the space, if you don't say what you want to build, if you don't say what you want. The people looking for you can't find you if you're busy being someone else. I spent so many years trying to be smaller, more perfect, and fit in and assimilate. Now I'm wearing my chudi. I was wearing my earrings, but they fell out of my ears. I'm wearing my Lucknowi shirt as a proud Lucknow girl from India. I love all the different parts of myself. I'm Indian. I lived in Spain, so I feel a little bit Spanish, even though maybe I don't have a claim for that. I grew up in the UK, so I'm British. I'm a sister. I'm a boss. I'm a daughter. I'm a friend. I'm bossy. I'm so many different things, and I take up space and I own all of that. So own everything that you are, because then the right people can find you. And go and create the tables that you want. If there's a community that you want to join but you can't find it, make it. If there is a business or a product that you want but you don't see it, maybe you are the one who needs to start it. If there's something that you want to listen to, or music that you crave, or art that you want, or something that you don't think that's being done well that you could do better, go and be the person that makes that change. I'm not saying that I have all the answers. I'm not saying that I've done everything perfectly, but I'm saying that I have spent many years of my life now giving momentum and space and time to my ideas. And the more I do it, the more confident I become. And I'm so grateful for this magazine and for all the people that have come in to help out. We've had amazing people write articles, give in their photography, give up their time to help me with the cover shoot, help me with the design, help me with everything. And it is not just about me and about brown girls. It's about every single person who wanted to be seen, who's getting an opportunity, and just showcasing all their wisdom. When you're seen, you do your service for society because you can share your knowledge. In this magazine, there is stuff about Ayurveda and ancient health practices and how to use that with your skin and your health and your nutrition. There is a nutritionist who writes about how you can use nutrition as a South Asian girlie and like get your goals and meet your intake while still enjoying food and enjoying all the weddings and all the seasons and all the everything. And yeah, a lot of South Asians are vegetarians, so like the constraints around that and like diet and PCOS and all these kind of things. We have a Vedic astrologer who talks about all things astrology. And if you like her stuff, let me know. Maybe we do an interview where we talk about all things astrology. We have someone who got left at the altar who talks about rebuilding her life. We have someone who started a business with her mom who talks about intergenerational entrepreneurship. We have an AI specialist. We have people who talk about music. We have business owners, creators. It is a celebration of all things brown and bossy. And as the bossiest and the brownest, I am so proud to bring all these wonderful people together. So please go and support it, not just because you're supporting brown and bossy women, but because there's a lot to learn from all of these different things. I hope that you gain as much as I have from reading all these articles, seeing all these different tips. Go and explore. And if you want to be part of future editions and projects, leave your information down below in the comments. I want to learn about what you're up to. I want to learn about the ideas that you have and the things that you want to do. You never know who is watching, who is looking. And so make yourself more visible. The right people can't find you if you're not visible. So make yourself more visible, because it's not the most hardworking people that win in life. It's the most visible. And so that's why I created this magazine, to bring visibility, community, and access to this amazing community of people. Also, 10% of the profits of this magazine are going to go to South Asian founders, creators, builders, because today 2% of women get funding, 1.8% of women get funding for their businesses in the UK. More men named David get funding for their businesses than all women combined. And so this tiny little micro grant that we're going to use from the sales of this magazine are going to go help towards maybe one other person having some confidence money to start something or to build on something or to grow something. These are small changes, they are small ripples, but small ripples make big moves over time. So never, ever, ever underestimate your project, your idea, your whatever, because you could be impacting one person who could go and impact loads of other people. There is such a ripple effect. So please, please, please go and order the Bossy and Brown magazine. We've got print, we've got digital, we've got both. I'm going to link the link to everything down below. When you do this, you support South Asian founders, creators, and builders. You're supporting a micro grant. You get to learn about an amazing community of women that have been doing beautiful things for a long time, but maybe don't get the same visibility that they should and they deserve. And again, this video is not just to talk about my magazine, but to remind you that confidence and self-love is built by actioning your ideas. It's by doing things. Confidence is built by action, not applause. Go and take this as your sign to start that project that you want. Today's my birthday, and I made a birthday episode of this podcast. It's either come out the week before or the week after, but today is my birthday. I launched this podcast on my birthday 3 years ago, and it changed my life. It was a tiny project that I started in my bedroom with Zoom, with £3 pink wired headphones. I didn't know anyone. I had no money. I had no network. I had no access. It's changed my life. It allowed me to create a company down the line. It allowed me to meet some of my best friends. It allowed me to travel. It allowed me to learn so much. It allowed me to learn so much about myself. It gave me unshakable confidence and faith and discipline and devotion and happiness. Go and start that thing. You owe it to yourself. The biggest birthday gift you can give to me today is you can order the magazine and then you can go and work on the thing that you have been procrastinating, because you are the protagonist of your life. You are the creator. You are the narrator. You are not the victim. You are not the villain. You are the protagonist. So go and create that thing that you want. This year, I'm going to create so many random things. And if you want to be part of all the side quests, all the stuff behind the scenes, the business, the podcast, all the different things we do, then come and join this bossy corner of the internet. I'm building my rich aunt lore, all the stories, as well as being able to buy my future nieces and nephews all the shoes and clothes and things that they want. I want to be able to enrich them with advice, with stories, with all these different things. And so if you're also building your rich aunt lore, your rich mum lore, your rich dad lore, your whatever, this is not just rich in resources and wealth, but rich in happiness, in stories, in experience, in community. Come and join this bossy corner of the internet. It's going to be insane. We are going to do so many fun, random, unhinged things. And I'm so excited because we are just getting started. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for listening to this. Please go order a copy of Bossy and Brown. I love you, and I'll see you next week.